Hello, welcome back to Van Life 365, where we bring you along our travels from small towns to turtle sanctuaries.
Yes. I'm Zach.
I'm Kayla.
Let's get into it. Alright, so
This is all about Georgia,
Yes,
our Georgia recap.
quick Georgia. Because
Yes.
we were only in Georgia for about a week.
Yeah.
Why did we go to Georgia?
To see our grandparents.
Yes. My grandparents lived there on a boat. So on our way up, we're like, why not swing by? So we ended up going there. And it was pretty fun. Mm-hmm. We got to see their boat.
We also stopped in a random small town before we saw them.
Yes. What is that? St. Mary?
Yeah.
St. Mary's?
It's the tiniest little town. They don't have very much.
No. They had like 5 stores in the strip.
Yeah, we spent a whole day there. They did have a good bookstore.
They
with
did.
like good books, but that's about all they had going for them.
Yeah. Even like the area where like it was like I think it was a national like marshland.
No, it was a national seashore,
Yes.
and it stunk.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, it was
We
not
didn't stay
good.
there long. It was more like marsh though. It wasn't really a
Yeah.
seashore.
I mean, it was pretty. Like, I filmed a little clip of it, and it was really pretty, but in person,
Yeah.
not the vibe.
No, definitely not. And what did we do? We went down the strip and we
There was like a little downtown area that we walked around.
Yeah. It was fun. It was alright.
We spent $10 on 2 like tiny little scoops of ice cream, like in gelato cups.
Yeah.
Like, gelato is always so small because it's so rich. It was single scoops of regular ice cream. It was $10. It was insane.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's the only way they can survive though, with no
Yeah.
foot traffic.
And it was definitely like a retirement town.
Oh yeah.
Only old people
And
there.
Navy.
Yeah.
There's apparently a Navy base there. So it's like a military/retirement town. It was alright. We were more excited for our other location, which we did get to.
Yes.
Which we stayed at Cracker Barrel and then we stayed at Jekyll Island. And Jekyll Island is beautiful. It is very known, like in the Georgia RVing areas. Like a lot of people go to Jekyll Island. So we were lucky enough to get a spot for 2 nights.
Yeah,
For 2 nights. And it was amazing.
it was.
It was worth it.
We actually got to stay at a campsite, which we've only done a couple times on our whole trip. And we had full power, water, sewer.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was
It was worth it. So we stayed there, and the best part I think about Jekyll Island was we did horseback riding.
on a beach at sunset.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I had this amazing horse named Max.
Mine was
Hope
She
and-
she didn't like me very
No.
much.
No, we talked to anyway, we had the whole experience.
Yes.
We had the whole experience, and we got to, it was like an hour and a half, 2-hour ride.
It was really pretty.
It was very pretty. It was so worth it. I think, what did we pay? We spent 88 per?
No, like 100 each.
The total bill was 210.
Yeah, it was about 100 a person.
Yeah. But anyway, it was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I asked the instructor about Hope and Max, and apparently they're lovers.
Yes.
So-
My horse was so slow, and I was second to last. He was last, and we had to go in the line. My horse was going so slow that the group had to wait for us twice.
Yeah.
But his horse did not leave my side
No.
because they're in love.
Yeah. And it was cute because I asked the instructor after about the, I'm like, why was her horse so slow? And she's like, yeah, Hope's slow. Like, we knew that. That's why we always put her in the back with Max, because they always stay next to each other. So it wasn't that she didn't like you. It's just that the horse didn't want to walk more than 5 miles per hour.
Yeah, and she was super itchy and kept flinging her head around, and that was scaring the crap out of me.
Yeah.
And then whenever I would say her name and be like, good girl, or like, come on, Hope, like, pick it up, or something like that, she would, like, huff at me and then shake her head. And so every time I said her name, she did that, so I just stopped saying her name. And he said Max, like, 100 times.
Me and Max were vibing. Like, Max and I.
Yes,
Max and I were vibing.
you were.
Because he was such a good horse. If we could have bought Max and brought him home, we would have.
That
Because
was a little trot.
his little trot was amazing. But anyway, he was such a good horse. He was so nice. And towards the end, on the way back, like, a couple times he had to, like, stop and itch himself. So he stopped and, like, itched himself with his mouth or whatever. And he got, like, an extra 4 feet away from Hope. And he didn't like that. He didn't like being that far away from Hope. So what he did, the instructor just called it, like, a old man trot. Because he probably increases his speed to, like, 2 miles per hour. So, like, not much.
No.
But he full on, like, trots. So, like, I was, like, bouncing up and down, like 4 inches. And I'm like, whoa. And he was just vibing around. And it was so cute. I enjoyed Max a lot.
Yeah.
So, I definitely want horses after that experience.
I know you do. What else did we do well on Jekyll Island?
Well, it was very buggy.
It was so buggy.
But we knew that going in, so we had bug spray.
We went to a restaurant with your grandparents.
We went to a lot of restaurants.
But we went to one specifically on the island.
Yes.
And we also went to the pier. Is that what it's called? The boardwalk.
Yes.
It, like, goes out into the ocean, and we were there at sunset, and it was super pretty.
And then...
Oh my god.
The sea turtle.
No.
Oh.
At that pier, there was, like, a rock area, and it was covered in cockroaches. Yeah.
They were everywhere there.
Yeah, but, like, that, you could just see them all right in
Remember that
front
one
of you.
time we were at that pier? Oh, you talking about the same one? When we were gonna walk down on the rocks? Okay. Yeah, it was disgusting. But it was fun.
Yeah, the rest of it was amazing.
The climate was actually pretty nice.
I don't even remember. It was warm.
It was like, it wasn't cold, but it wasn't so hot where we had to stress about our cats too much.
And we had the AC.
We did have the AC. But even before that, when we stayed at Cracker Barrel, it wasn't too hot. So, it was like a nice climate, which is rare for us. Going from, like, I don't know, I like colder climates in an RV because you can turn the heater on and propane's cheap.
I agree with that.
Like, it's easier to heat up this thing than to cool it down.
So the whole week we basically hung out with his grandparents, and then on the last day, it was the last day, we went to a turtle sanctuary. They had like a little hospital for all the turtles, and there were probably like 10 of them in there. And then there was a whole little exhibit to learn about turtles, and it was so cute.
Yeah.
There was a little baby turtle, and it was like this big. I want a baby turtle. A baby sea turtle.
They get so big, though.
They're so pretty.
They are very pretty. I really enjoyed that. I like how they had the plaques in front of all the sea turtles that told you their stories.
Yeah.
And how, like, where they're found, how long they've been there, how old they are, what's wrong with them, why they're there.
Yep.
So I really enjoyed that. It was a quick thing. We probably in there for an hour.
Yeah.
But it was cool. We went to a lot of restaurants around St. Simon's Island and Jekyll Island area. So we got the whole food tour.
Yeah.
What was the best one out of them all?
I like the orange chicken at the Jekyll Island.
Oh my gosh, I love that one. That was really good.
Yeah. We love Chinese food, so that was amazing.
That was really good. I love the orange chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite orange chicken, I'm going off topic, but I think my favorite orange chicken ever was when we were in Toronto.
I don't remember that.
It was literally, we ordered like an appetizer.
Yes. Yeah.
That was really good. I love that orange chicken. And you were...
That was so good.
Yeah. And you weren't 18 yet.
Yeah, I was.
You were?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was 19.
Yeah.
They just didn't have any alcohol I wanted.
No. But that's our random orange chicken story. But overall, Jekyll Island was really fun, and St. Simon's Island.
Yeah.
We recommend it for anyone RVing or traveling. Tips: bring a lot of bug spray. Book Jekyll Island ahead of time.
A lot ahead of time. We booked like at least a week.
We booked a week ahead for only 2 nights. If you are like planning extended stay, book far ahead. And
they only had like 3 sites available when we booked 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah.
Or whenever we booked. There were only a couple sites left.
You also have to pay to get in the island. You can't get around that. Like if you, unless you buy a pass, whenever you leave and come back, you have to pay the entry fee. Which is like $8. It's like a toll road.
If you just stay in the island the whole time?
Yeah, if you don't leave or if you Uber in and out of it.
I don't know how that works.
Uber's fine because they probably have passes.
They have a whole water park there, too.
They do have a water park. They have a lot to do.
They do have a water park.
They have a lot to do.
Yeah.
We heard it's amazing during Christmas.
Yes.
They decorate
see
like
that.
the whole island, so you can like drive through it like a parade. Like you drive through and it's all decorated. So if you enjoy Christmas, do that. We'll probably do that sometime. What did?
Tip for St. Mary's is skip it.
Yeah, if you're not. Yeah.
If you don't want to just walk around a tiny town, don't go. They didn't have very much there.
And that's really all we did in Georgia, those 2 towns.
Yeah.
After that, we just booked it, started going home,
Yep.
which we are now. And we'll talk about our home experience in the next one.
And if you've been to any other places in Georgia, leave them down below.
Yes.
Like, comment or talk to us on Instagram or whatever.
Because we have to go back.
Yeah, we want to spend a whole month there.
Yes, we have to spend at least 3 more weeks.
Yeah.
So
we need more things to do. So if you've been there, let us know, because we will add it to our list.
another thing, just basic tip for all RVing that we learned pretty late in our trip. Whenever you go into a new state, stop by a visitor center, like the Welcome Center, and just look at what they have. Like if you don't know what you want to do yet in the state, just look at, like pick up a
brochure
or something and just figure out what they have, because we did one for Georgia and we found so much, and we did one late for Arkansas. It was Arkansas and it was like all the waterfalls, and we did it late and we passed like all of them in Arkansas, and we wanted to go to one, which I probably will convince Keeler to go back unless we can find some pretty dope
we will go eventually.
waterfalls. But it's like a 208-foot waterfall. It's been crazy. That's a little tip.
Yeah, go to the visitor center.
The welcome center.
The welcome center, and get their little pamphlets that have a bunch of suggestions to do.
Yes. And then also, if you're looking at the pamphlets, also look them up on Google, because with they advertise, sometimes they put like small towns in there that are literally just known for a clock tower.
Yeah.
Or a chapel.
They choose like some random town that has one special destination, and you can't even go in that destination. Like, it'll be a bank, but it's a beautiful building, but that's like the face of the town. So
just look it up.
Yeah, make sure you do some research.
But anyway, that was our little Georgia tour. Yes. So we hope you enjoyed this pod.
If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up if you're on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, make sure you rate us 5 stars. Subscribe on YouTube as well. And all our links are in the description.
Of course.
So go click those, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.